first dish we're going to do is like a vegetable Tian. It's like a tower. We call it tomato and squash.
Nice.
So the tomato and eggplant get married together, and a little bit of chili flake for spice. And the other part of the dish is farro.
Nice. That's what this is here.
Which is a very cool grain. It has all essential proteins in it, and it used to be fed to pharaohs in Egypt.
Oh, is that how it's
So that's pretty cool.
Got its name. I never knew that.
And then we also have a roasted spaghetti squash. What you do is the squash is about this big. You slice it in half. You take out the seeds.
Okay.
You would put some olive oil in it, a little bit of salt and pepper. You can even do some roasted garlic or something like that to give it to enhance the flavor. But I just do it with salt and pepper and a good olive oil. And then we would bake it in the oven at 350 for about an hour and a half.
Oh, that long? Wow.
Till it gets tender on the outside. You would do it face down so it steams.
Sure.
So you want the shell of the squash to break down and when you feel it getting soft. That's when you would just take it out, let it rest a little bit, and then fork out the squash so it looks like this.
Beautiful. Just like spaghetti.
What I wanted to show you though, first of all, is how you break down an eggplant. Peel the eggplant.
Now you can leave the skin on if you want to.
You can definitely leave the skin on.
I
This is a
personally
personal
don't really
preference.
care for the eggplant skin.
I don't either.
Some people do, but it's just got like a waxiness to it that I can't get past.
Yep. Eggplant is very, very acidic. So what you want to
Really?
do, what we do at the restaurant is I'll pre-prep this in a large batch, like a whole case of eggplant, and then marry it with some marinara, and then cryovac it. So what you do is you would cut this into circles.
Kind of nice thick slices.
Yep. And then we're going to dice it.
Okay. And now what does the cryovacking do?
It preserves it for a long period of time.
That's great, especially in a
So
restaurant.
you can have, exactly.
And then do you freeze that, or do you keep it refrigerated, or can you keep it on the shelf?
I keep it in the fridge.
Okay, nice.
All right, so our eggplant is cut. What you would do is salt purge it. So all I'm doing is adding salt. A good amount of salt. So what it'll do is, and maybe even by the time we're done here I can show you, you're going to mix this together. It's going to leach out the water and the acid.
And what's the point of that? Just kind of mellowing the flavor a little bit?
Well, with the cryovacking process, the bags would actually, because the acid was in there, the bags would actually puff up.
Oh, wow.
So this takes that away.
Oh, wow.
This takes
So that
all
makes
the
it
air out.
airtight.
Yep.
Very nice.
But it's also just good just to get rid of the acidity in the eggplant.
Definitely.
So what's going to happen is it's already starting to leach water. Then you would just get a large saute pan, add olive oil, high heat, and sear it after this purges. And you don't want to add the water.
Okay.
You want to strain
Get
out
rid
the
of that
water.
water.
This is the finished product.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Looks nice and charred and tender. Perfect.
Ready to mix with our tomato sauce.
All right, so that's what we're going to do next?
Yep. We have some of the tomato product. Marinara, basically.
Yeah.
It's a basic marinara recipe. It's onions, garlic, plum canned tomatoes, salt and pepper, obviously. And then at the end, I add basil.
Nice.
Then I run it through a food mill, and I actually add, at the end, a tiny bit of orange juice.
Oh, really?
It's a secret.
Well, now everybody
Secret.
knows. What does the orange juice do? I've never heard that before.
It adds a sweetness, and you don't even know it's there.
So
like for a 1 can, like a number 10 can, a big can,
Yeah.
I'll add like a quarter cup.
Okay,
of
so
orange
just a
juice.
tiny little bit.
All right, so this is sauteing on low. I had it on high, and then turn it down.
Turn it down.
I'm gonna season it up a little bit.
Just salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Okay.
And there was a little bit of chili flake in too.
Perfect. You like spicy? Yes.
Yep. Now here, the other component of the dish, we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil.
And then this is the farro
This is the farro, the grain.
that you've already cooked.
Yes, it is cooked.
What gave it that color?
Just a 2-to-1. I cook it with half water, half cranberry juice.
Really?
Yes.
You're full of interesting today. Now, why the cranberry juice?
Just to add a sweetness, and it adds, it adds another depth of flavor.
Yeah, just another something that makes you go, what is that? You're
Exactly.
not really quite sure.
I like to do a lot of things like that where people are like, what's that?
Right, I love that.
So we're going to take, this is warming up. We're going to take some of our spaghetti squash that we pre-prepared.
I love the color on that too. It almost looks like a fluorescent yellow beet.
This is a very colorful dish.
Yeah. You eat with your eyes first, right?
Yep. We're gonna season it with salt and pepper.
Okay.
And we're also gonna go in with a little herb. We have some parsley and a little bit of chopped thyme.
Nice.
Both components are complete,
Perfect.
and we can get ready to plate.
I'm gonna go grab that.
This is plated in a ring mold.
Okay.
First goes the farro and spaghetti squash.
Nice little base of grains.
All right, now what we're gonna do is just press it in a little bit, not hard.
Okay, so be
Just a
very
little.
delicate.
Yep. You wanna just fill the mold. Next, we have our tomato and eggplant mixture. The only thing I didn't think I said, I added a little bit of scallion to it.
Okay.
I love scallion.
Me too. Beautiful cut on those also.
Nice bias cut.
Yeah.
That's how I tell how good a chef's are. How you cut scallions. We're just smoothing it out a little bit.
Okay. Did you have to let it sit in the ring mold at all, or can you just
It's
unmold
gonna
it
come
pretty
right
quickly? Nice.
Yep. Take this off. It's gonna stay just like that. Stay.
Wow,
All right,
we're
what are
bringing
the-
in even more color.
One of the other ingredients, I'll just add a little more scallion on top for garnish. What I would do too, we use a lot of local product, local sustainable. Of
course.
Getting some local microgreens. So we would have maybe some beet greens on here, or some corn shoots, or
Beautiful.
you know what I mean, something
Yeah.
like that.
And then what is this here?
This is an arugula pesto.
Wow.
Simple. Arugula, basil, olive oil, garlic, and that's it.
That's it.
You blend it till it comes together.
It's a nice texture.
Yep. And we'll just smear this on the plate a little bit. The last part of the dish
Ah, there's more.
is a toasted pistachio nut. And that we will put just around the sides.
What a gorgeous dish. And I definitely see all of these Mediterranean flavors coming through.